How many missed tackles do you think there were in that game?
Over 20. And that's the disappointing part, because we're just talking about it. You have a chance to get guys down on the ground and let it be a 6-yard gain instead of a 35-yard gain, and that type of stuff. And it's just something that you have to harp on and stress more in practice, stress more in individuals, and then you got to go execute. You got to go do it. You can't go bump into guys and block tackle. And we've got to be better about going through the thigh boards and through the legs and those kind of things. And it's a matter of pride in your own defense of how you want to approach it and how you want to get it done.
How hard is that once you got guys? Jake Schlager said that this weekend played football their entire lives. How do you, I guess, hammer that point home about just like you said, how to tackle?
Us as coaches, we have to stress during practice of being in position, even if it's a thud situation. We have to stress, where do your feet have to be, how you have to leverage the ball, when do you need to go through the legs. And we have to do a better job of just stressing it, reminding, because it's hard to go do that to your own team. It's hard to go live tackling, in your week of preparation and those type of things. But you would also expect that we would be at a point where we don't need to do those things. But we did talk about it as early as game one of being a little bit young and inexperienced, and it's not just young guys. I mean, so it's a little frustrating that we've maybe not stressed it enough to make it that important, and it's just something that we'll battle through in practice.
What's a realistic acceptable number for missed tackles, though?
Yeah, I mean, they've got scholarships too. There's going to be, out of each position group, I'll bet there's probably 2 or 3, I mean, so if you go through a game, you're going to have somewhere 8, 10 missed tackles. I think that's pretty realistic, with the guys you're trying to tackle anymore and the guys you're trying to tackle them with and that type of stuff. But when, there's just some real blatant ones that we all saw, you guys saw, we saw on tape, and where it just doesn't need to happen that way. And, that's a frustrating part. There's times where we're going to, RJ Jean comes in and has the guy dead to rights. Well, the guy did a great job spinning out of it. Had we stayed in our technique and set the edge away from it, the guy's down. But we don't do it. So there's as many things scheme-wise and executing that way as it is just tackling. I mean, and we have to be gang tacklers, and it's something that, we got to take the pride in getting that done.
Is some of that just over-exuberance, maybe, that rather than take that extra step to get in the right position, I can reach that guy now, I'm going to get him now?
Sometimes, but you guys have all been in practice, and I know you've watched my drills, I know you've heard those things. Take that extra step, take those 2 steps through. I mean, it's got to, we've got to find a way that if we're coaching it, they have to execute it. And so maybe it's one more drill, or it's a repetitive, do it again if it didn't, instead of wait till your next rep, just do it again. So between the execution part and the demand of it from us as a staff has got to come together. Yeah, but I know guys get excited, you want to get guys on the ground fast, but you played football long enough to have common sense of understanding when that reach isn't acceptable and when taking that extra step is.